Okay. Misfit
Put in the
management.
chat, like, legitimately, what the fuck?
I know.
How?
Okay.
How the fuck?
This was episode 79, I believe. Yeah, and you fought John and lived to tell the tale.
Sure did.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow. So, I guess let's talk about the fight. I feel like the worry was never the first phase, it was the second, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you guys made those saves. That's crazy. That's
Unlike last time. Well, you happened to pick 4 people with really decent dex saves.
Yeah.
For that.
Y'all
for
did a
that
really
roll.
good job staying spread out. Like, it's big radius stuff. But still, it made it very, like, last time I got everybody basically. I think except for Isla. So, man, crazy. Okay, he had some weird words there at the end. Any thoughts on that?
As long as you stay in the dark, you'll never break the curse.
Yeah, that is what he said.
That is what he said.
I mean,
that could mean a lot of things.
I know. I just kind of interpreted it as like pretty point blank. Like, as long as you don't know how to break the curse, then you can't break the curse. And I'm like,
but could it also be as long as you're not facing your true selves, or like it doesn't have to be a knowledge in the dark. It could be you're not realizing something about yourself. It could be, I don't know. There's a lot of different interpretations of it.
That's true. That is true that there could be a lot of interpretations of it.
What if it's literally you have to be in the sun to break the curse? Like,
I mean,
at
some
this
of
point,
these things are like in caves and shit, so like,
yeah, I know.
But
Break the
yeah,
rock. Get the sunlight through.
I mean, I feel like if this were earlier in the campaign, if it was like a character like thing to look at, like I would be like definitely, because I know we're so late. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Otherwise, I would like to know what he sounded like as he said that. Like, was that like the
Great
3,000
question.
voices?
Yeah,
kind of
it
thing?
would have sounded like a bunch of different voices speaking those words at the same time. Yeah, and some of them sound like raspy and weird and modulated, and some of them, somewhere in there is the John voice that you've conversed with, but it's buried.
There's some tritones in there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, a couple chain smokers. Yeah.
As long as you stay in the dark, you'll never break the curse.
I'm
Got Tammy from Waffle House.
Yeah, Benny
I'm
Crockett.
always watching Wazowski.
Oh man.
Oh.
Okay.
Man.
So yeah, I don't know entirely. TBH.
What do y'all think about this location? This weird, creepy place, and these torches, and the last obelisk in the room, and all that jazz.
Well, I don't like it.
Good.
I was wondering, because we had made the discovery of like, okay, when this obelisk is activated, it shuts the door to it. And as far as we can tell, there's no anti-magic, and so I'm like,
well, the chains were magic.
The chains have abjuration. Yeah, the chains have abjuration, and so I'm like, okay, so is it anti-magic, or is it fine now? And when the chains are pulled and the door shut, then, because I'm like, obviously we want to put Arthok in there, but like, if it couldn't be Arthok, could they still teleport out or something? Like, could they misty step out?
Great question.
It's something that I was thinking about this week, and obviously maybe I don't want to find out, but
I mean, Cthulhu's asleep. We could test it.
Yeah, but you don't know if anything changes.
Yeah, if the door closes fully. Well, I mean, I guess we could test it with the one obelisk.
Well, it doesn't really like.
Doesn't last super long.
Fully closed.
Yeah, it's like the chains stop tightening when
Got it.
The other things aren't lit.
So yeah, it's hard to know.
Other thing to think about, we're still missing one obelisk. Arthok might have it.
Or one
figure?
clay figure.
Sorry, figure. Yes, that's what I meant.
Right.
Arthok might have it.
True.
Mortimer might have confiscated it and not even realized what he had.
Oh.
If it was just sitting in the museum.
What if Adrillis has it?
That was about to ask if Adrillis would have.
Adrillis.
I think
it's
maybe
a collector of curiosities.
Thing is, we have to tackle Adrillis next.
The question is, like, is this thing pretty enough for him to want it?
That's the thing.
But what if? I mean, what if
he's
he
eccentric
just...
enough that it's weird enough that he would want it?
It's really hard to guess what Adrillis wants.
He might have it. It might. The thing is, Arthok is water right now, so it's hard to imagine that he has anything. I don't know how that works.
Oh, right.
Magic, man.
I mean, I guess it's like invisibility, like
like everything you have
on his person. Yeah,
that's kind of what I assumed.
That's what I was assuming too.
But I do think the next step is we got to go to Adrillis.
Thoughts on one of these little clay figures being broken?
We need to find that fantastic glue that the Mythic Six has.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I can cast mending.
Yeah, because Darren has mending.
I can cast mending on it.
We were saying that in session a minute. But why it's broken?
Or how it broke, because it was in there
with Cthulhu.
Did Cthulhu break it?
It's either Cthulhu broke it or Arthok broke it back before he was bad, quote unquote.
Or John.
John could have broken it.
John could have broken it.
Don't know why, but other than just to keep it from being used or something.
Could be. Who knows?
Because those are only to those are only to seal him, not to awaken him. Because to awaken him is to kill a bunch of people and shit.
Right.
Right. So.
Well, I guess even if we seal him, that doesn't mean that our curse is broken.
No, definitely. I assume not.
How could we, as long as we stay in the dark, we can't break the curse?
I'm definitely praying to Selene about this.
If we light the cape on fire, we won't be in the dark.
Light the cape on fire, we might just not be immortal anymore.
Yeah.
Because Arthok gave himself immortality, then binded our souls to his, which gave us immortality. So it has to do, I think, with that original immortality ritual, I think.
I don't know.
Is my guess. But I think I asked Revan about it, and then he still needed to look at the book or something.
Yeah.
I think was the result
Revan might need y'all might need to talk.
Let's write it down.
Yeah.
What's the immediate next goal?
Adrillis, I think.
I guess.
Nothing else on the island?
Yeah, is there anything else we can look at the island? There's one that we haven't set eyes on yet, but we do have a map.
Right.
But do we need to go set eyes on it so that we know what we're dealing with when we come back? Or
are
we good?
I guess there's no John to deal with anymore, so that should theoretically be fine-ish.
Right, we might still run into things, but they won't be John level.
Right.
So it's theoretically. Hypothetically. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's, because I think Amanda might be able to wave the hand of, you have the map, that's fine, when we actually go and do the thing. But I think it might, regardless of whether or not she waves her hand on that kind of thing, I just think it might be better just to go see it.
Well, we could also find the last thingy, little statue.
Yeah, we might.
We might find it here.
I mean, we could try to use the compass to identify where the last one is directionally, at least.
If it's here, yeah.
If it's here on this plane. But what if it's a situation where the last totem is broken, like the
other one?
So it could be good to lay eyes on it.
We could also mend the broken one and see if it works in one of the obelisks.
We could test it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm definitely writing these things down. Revan needs to study.
Write that down.
Just Revan needs to study.
Revan needs to do his homework.
Revan needs to do homework.
After, oh my god, I said minding instead of mending. After mending, figurine, test it. I think what we should do is we should also, I can send to Allie and be like, hey, we dispatched John. We're okay.
That's probably a good idea.
That might be good. He might appreciate that.
Send to Allie an update. Look for or lay eyes on last obelisk. Okay. And then
John's dead.
Yeah, especially like now that I'm thinking about it, if there's something weird like blocking it or something that if we're splitting up like one person would have to get past, like we need to know who
it's true
is best suited for that.
It's true. Okay, lay eyes on last obelisk. Send Allie an update. Revan needs to study. After mending the figurine, test it. Am I missing anything else that we talked about?
So,
at least in the short term.
Yeah, those are like main goals here, or like immediate goals. And then after that, you want to go for a drillist probably.
Yeah.
Head to Pelamari.
So. Oh,
Pelamari.
Pelamari. Well, that should be fun.
Yeah, because we still can't do anything to it.
That should be super fun.
Should it be fun?
Yeah, I think it'll be really fun. I'm excited about Pelamari.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
I can't do anything to him until at earliest 13th level.
So we're close, but even then, we'll have like
maybe.
What?
I believe that there's like really like 3 arcs left before we're like in game stuff. And some of them are short. So we are very, very close. I think I also said this in the group, but next campaign is not going to be a big time skip. It's only going to be like 2 years. So keep that in mind as you guys start to think about your personal epilogues. Though think about them with a grain of salt. We don't know how this campaign's going to end. So hard to know. I have also settled on the starting town and country for the next campaign. I changed it from what I had originally decided, so I'll tell you guys that soonish. And yeah, I feel like this was a productive discussion, and I look forward to episode 80. That's crazy. I say that every single game. I'm like, wow, it's episode whatever. That's crazy. But it is crazy. I keep wondering, can I get 20 more sessions out? Can we get to
like
100?
Three arcs left, and yeah, probably.
It could happen. It depends. I don't know. Sometimes you guys really just plow through stuff.
And sometimes we just
don't.
Like, I thought I would get a couple sessions out of Barovia, and it was like,
oh yeah, it's true.
So,
yeah, I think, I guess we chatted before the game today to like figure out how to fight.
Nice. Communication
today.
is always good.
And that was so hard, being so far away from people.
Yeah, that probably made your job really hard.
Oh yeah, because
but you did a good job.
Thank you. Before I before the fight ended, like I was thinking my next turn would be to like mass cure wounds, but I was like, okay, I have 60 feet that have to be within all these people, and I'm like trying to like format it in my head, and it was really difficult. And then MJ was trying to get me out, and
I know.
I was like,
I know.
man. So but I was like, I know we're. But I was like, I know we're close.
Talk about.
Maybe I don't commit to healing. Maybe we just need to just hit him. And
the only thing I could have thought of, MJ, that like maybe could have made your plan work is if you did Step of the Wind, grab Chi, and then disengage, he would have gone for Chi, but you maybe could have used Stalwart Protector to take it instead.
Oh my gosh, I forgot my feet.
Sorry.
That's exactly why I got that. That is so smart. And I bet you would have given me inspiration for it.
Maybe.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
DM, you're so wise.
That's
exactly why I got Stalwart Protector. Oh my gosh.
I would only think of that because Ko had that, so
yeah. That was like his whole thing.
Holy smokes, that's so good.
Yeah, it's hard to think of stuff in the moment though. It's like,
it's so you're just like, what am I doing?
Yeah, it's like, how do I survive? Yeah, I mean that's really me. I'm like, how do I survive? How do I?
Yeah,
it's hard to think of action economy.
It is. I thought y'all did a very, very good job. I'm always impressed with y'all's battle tactics. I feel like y'all do that well.
I'm glad it worked this time.
Yeah.
Just reminding me of the Death Tyrant from last campaign.
Jesus Christ.
Our battle tactics ended up cheesing the whole fight.
Oh my God.
That's always the one I think
Fucking Dietrich.
I know, that's what
that too.
We did more damage to ourselves getting there than we did to him.
Pansy of a lich.
So funny.
Or than he did to us.
I know.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I remember that fight going, like, way worse than it did. Like, when I go back and listen to the Dietrich fight, like, at least there is, like, a combat between multiple groups, like, at least for a little bit before I get shut down. But, like, when I remember it, I'm like, I imagine it is you teleport and instantly grapple me and kill me. And that's not what happened. It took a while.
There was some stuff.
Yeah, and I threw other things in there. There were other enemies fighting you guys too that I always forget
there
about.
were some dudes.
There were some.
Just casting silence from outside of counterspell range.
I will never run a lich with the vanilla stat block ever again because of that. Like, it's just way too ridiculous that there's only one spell on their list that doesn't require a verbal component, and it's counterspell.
I mean, the thing is, and what I was thinking of too this week is like that worked because we had mostly casters in that party.
Yeah.
And now,
now
it's less...
I've been in constant fear of silence, and it's barely come up.
Yeah, well, because I got other shit to do.
Yeah.
Usually.
Still, every time I throw a spellcaster at y'all, I look through their spell list, and I'm like, all right, what's the balance here?
We haven't fought spellcasters in a minute, though.
Yeah.
No,
that's the thing. Most of the
spellcasters are... I love spellcasters. They're really annoying to run, because it's just a lot of work.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like running it off a stat block, you have to remember what they've already cast.
Yeah, and so I always have to write down a bunch of shit for running spellcasters, and like I draw out all my little like spell slots and stuff, and it's really tedious and annoying. I loved running like the Tarask.
That was fun.
It's so I'm like, oh, this is a breeze.
That was fun.
It's just beefy and hits hard, like fantastic. Even John is pretty good. So.
Well, because his stuff isn't spells. It's just like, it does this.
Yeah, it's just like an ability.
This is weird alien things that he does.
Yeah, it's great, super good.
Yeah, our party comp this campaign has been. Sorry, Claudia, you mentioning us being mostly spellcasters last campaign, just made me think like our party comp this campaign has been really interesting.
It's really interesting,
especially as someone who's playing more of a support-y role.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's not like the holy trinity of roles, you know.
Yeah.
And so I feel like we all have to be a little bit more cautious about what we do.
Mm-hmm.
And so every fight ends up being a little bit of a nail biter.
Right.
Yeah.
We have heavy hitters, but like we don't have like a true like
We're all
melee
squishy.
tank. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have somebody who can like take hits.
Yeah.
We can all deal a decent amount of damage.
And then get out of there.
Yeah.
Or deal it from a distance.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have like somebody dedicated to like getting into the fray and taking hits.
Yeah. And it sometimes it's frustrating for me because like if I'm using a monster that doesn't have good mobility, it's hard for me to like get around and get you guys. So like John was good because he could teleport and zap around the field, but and I've picked some monsters that have higher than normal speed because I know that'll help with that stuff, but blah. But yeah, it's been very different, but I wouldn't say it's like an imbalanced party. It's just like not standard.
Well, like in a lot of ways, it sort of makes sense narratively that we don't really have a tank, because if our original purpose was just kind of to be pawns, then like they don't
That's true.
necessarily want somebody who could really choose to fight back anyway.
We're just a bunch of random people.
We're like, randos.
Yeah.
On a ship.
Yeah. The goal for the next campaign is to not start on a ship.
Next campaign is just the pub.
The classic.
You meet in a tavern.
Misfit managed. This was episode 80.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
It was 80.
Wow, 80.
Slay.
Can we get? I still wonder if we'll get to 100. I think we'll get awfully close if we don't get there, but we'll see. We'll see how many sessions it takes to deal with Kreia and stuff. Okay, big sort of exposition dump in this.
Oh my god! Yeah.
In this episode, we found a lot of like maddening scribbles on the walls. What are our thoughts on that? How we feel?
I mean, we don't like it.
No.
Why not?
I like that we know of a way to destroy the cake, though.
Yes.
Like, we didn't know that for the longest time.
I also like that we now have an idea about the coins, possibly, too. Who knows if it'll work, but we at least have an idea.
Yeah.
It was interesting to see, like, kind of the progression of...
Yes. Even if it was
Arthok, like, yeah, we saw it backwards, but like
For sure.
the progression of Arthok, like getting further and further into the like obsession with Cthulhu.
Definitely. It started as like information gathering, and then it got a little manic, and then it was just like madness.
Yeah.
For sure. Thoughts on 7 names being listed?
Okay. Crazy.
Yeah.
Because I was like...
that number?
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I wonder if we're the
substitutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Because I think he kept circling Blythe, which means he probably
Super
couldn't...
pissed at him.
Yeah, couldn't get Blythe or something. But they survived, though. They didn't go down with the ship, so I don't know. Maybe, okay, here's a thought. Maybe he was like, I need 7 people. Got it. It's going to be those people that escaped the fate of the ship because fuck them. And then he's like, wait, I can't reach them. All right. Now we'll just do these randos, I guess. I think that was his...
I mean, we did go down with the ship.
Weren't they the ones that were kind of like trying to tell him, hey, like this way of life is not...
I think so.
Working.
It's hard to say. Like, that was definitely like a big part of why some people wanted to mutiny, because they were like, you gotta let go, man. We gotta figure something else out. But like, Blythe obviously was like different. He was like, I'm just like, fuck this guy, I'm gonna take his treasure, because it wasn't meant to be like a big showdown. I don't even think it was meant to happen when they were in the air. Like, it was supposed to be bloodless and stuff, but Blythe like went off the rails and turned it into this big show and sabotaged the ship and.
Yeah,
so that's probably why.
That's right.
It's like, I guess in Arthok's mind, Blythe was the one that like was really the
to blame
betrayer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what all that messaging was about. I think was them probably traitors, liars.
Yeah. I think everybody else kind of just got lumped into that with him.
Yeah. For sure. Let's see. You've seen your last obelisk, which is nice, but we're still missing a little clay figure.
Yeah.
Where oh where could the little Cthulhugan be? It's my favorite word since Claudia said it. Cthulhugan.
It's my greatest contribution to
It's
society.
amazing. It's incredible. I want a hoodie that says like Cthulhugan on it.
That's gonna be our merch. We need merch.
Man, we keep talking
One
about
of these days.
One day.
One of these days. We'll make a Cthulhugan.
One of these days. Can we also just once again talk about the fact that Revan wants to be a lich?
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
Like he's got like 4.
I like that he's at least
mentioning it. Like, yeah, I want.
He's at least saying bypassing the negative effects. I just don't know that that's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely our Dietrich the Wise for sure, bro. Of this Helm's Watch.
What's crazy is he's a Warforged, which are like arguably immortal.
Yeah, I know. Like what?
Yeah.
But you know what? All his shit with Kreia, it's that baggage that fuels it, I bet.
Yeah.
You know?
It's
he's
so
like, no,
interesting.
I would be a real boy.
It's so interesting seeing this, like, you know, interest in this lich stuff, because for me it feels so much like Kreia. And it's like, you are really not that different from this awful person that screwed with you. And it's just so fascinating to see that.
I could very much see him being, though, like, she made choices for me, and this would be making a choice myself.
Precisely. Yeah. God.
It's interesting.
I don't know how. Yeah, I want to believe that he's able to like make really cool medical breakthroughs or something. I don't know how that will happen. Is the thing. I'm really rooting for him. I really am.
Yeah, for sure. It's so fascinating. It's so interesting. Like I love it from a story perspective. Like
yeah, no, for sure.
I think it's so interesting. But he's not really talked about that publicly much, like in the game.
Just to me, bro.
Yeah, yeah, like a throwaway kind of comment to you.
Just like
we gotta get Revan and Hoots like talking about that. I would pay money to watch that conversation, even if half of it is hoot 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 hoot.
That's what would make the conversation so good, though, is that half of it is hoot hoot hoot.
For sure, for sure, it would be great. It'd be very, very.
Just
good.
hear these stern hoots from across the deck.
I mean, a stern hoot, that'll shut you down immediately. I mean, gosh, can't handle that. The island got up. That was fun. That was a fun time.
What? What was that?
You know. I just have like a list of like weird things that the island does or happens on the island whenever it's time for y'all to leave again. So I've been waiting for that one.
It's giving Reggie Gigas vibes for me.
Reggie Gigas.
Just like land mass.
It's so good.
Just get it a handbag and some acrylic nails.
Yes, I love that, man.
Yes.
cunty Regigigas with a handbag. I love that was a thing last year.
Amazing.
Yeah, no, that is, yeah, it's like the island is alive all the time.
For sure.
It's not like an extension, or it's not like where Cthulhu resides, but it's like somehow
it's
him as well.
Otherworldly stuff. Which it's sometimes it's really hard to like come up with that kind of like, what is just bonkers that has no explanation? That's like
right. No, I mean, you've done good.
Wacky, but also like creepy.
Okay.
So I've been trying to like stay in that vein. Like I'm putting out a video. I guess when this comes out, it'll already be out. But it's like about building tension in your games and stuff. And this type of tension that I've been trying to build up in this game is fun because it's stuff that doesn't necessarily get an explanation or a resolution.
Really cool. Yeah.
Which is fun. So it's just creepy for the sake of being creepy, or weird for the sake of being weird. There is no like answer to it. Whereas like some of the other stuff, like the other types of tension we deal with, the like social tension between y'all and other characters, or like the weird building dread of characters like Father Mackenzie or Adrillis, like that stuff gets a resolution and an explanation and amounts to something. And all that stuff on the island, it's like, it's its own stuff. Sure. And then we had some talk about Adrillis. I know that is a big concern, a big fear. And it's so interesting because I really feel like y'all are like, I don't even know how to approach this.
Yeah. It's hard when we don't know what he knows. Yeah. And we also don't know the mechanics of how he puts people in the ships and bottles, right?
Yeah.
So not knowing that mechanic worries us that he could do it to us at any moment in time, I guess.
Same, yeah.
And so we're just not even sure how to begin confronting him.
Yeah. And I was thinking too, when you were asking us about what our characters were thinking, like, it's so scary for us because there's actual risk for us involved. Like, ever since we have been like, oh, we don't actually die, nothing has been a threat but an inconvenience since. And so now he can't kill us. I mean, he could, but
he could be captured.
He could.
But if we get stuck in that bottle, there's nothing we can do.
There's no return from that. Yeah. So that's scary. Because now there's, again, an actual threat to us. And I'm like, God damn, how Amanda's done it.
Amanda's done it. Oh man, I'll be so fascinated to see. Now we've got a little bit of time. We got some other things to do with first, but it'll be so interesting to see how you do end up like approaching the whole Adrillis situation. I'm so curious. It's like, we're gonna walk in and talk to him, or are we gonna sneak in? Like, what's gonna happen? So I can't wait for that, though it'll be a little ways away. But then I dropped High Guard and Kreia on y'all's lap, and then this other Alstair Academy place, which I don't know if it's been...
I don't think I've ever heard that name before.
No, me neither.
Yeah, I don't think it actually ever got name dropped way back, so that'll be interesting. We'll see where that goes. Yeah, any thoughts on Kreia, High Guard?
I'm a little concerned that she knew where we would be.
Like, I'll be eating popcorn while Revan figures stuff out.
Figures fucking shit out. No, how does she know where we are? Who did she get that information from?
She probably scried on us.
Oh, I mean, okay, that's
also like
better answer.
You also, from Revan's like last dream, you know that she's interacted with Arthok. She got some weird. She got that
amulet of plane
shift from him. So she potentially has some stuff that you might want.
Mm-hmm.
True.
She might have information that you don't have.
Yeah.
As well.
True.
So, we'll see how all of that goes down. Any closing remarks?
Wish us luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, wish us
Always.
luck. Yeah.
I'm always rooting for you guys. Yeah, it'll be fine. I am.
Yeah, we know you are.
Yeah, we know.
You gotta, you know, you gotta earn it. But, you know, try to pose a challenge, but make it achievable. Albeit with a little bit of struggle. All right, well, that's episode 80 for us. On to the next one.
Until next time.
Until next time.